Hi again. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller. And today we're going to be doing a what sold video. It's the second half for last week, Friday through Sunday, which would have been September 5th through the 7th. And Friday was good. And then everything just started going downhill and has continued to go. So, I don't know. eBay's working on stuff. I think probably people have noticed more changes. I can't remember one right now. I know I talked about the decimal point in the weights, or in the measurements.
That's honestly not a real change because you've always been instructed to put your measurements in, round it up to the next inch.
Yeah, but you never had the opportunity to put a decimal.
No, you just had to, if it was 3.5, you put 4.
Yeah.
That's
And I
what you
guess
always...
maybe that's what eBay's going to do. If you put in 12.4, it's going to automatically compute it at the 13 for those people who want to be exact with their measurements.
Yeah, you've always...
It doesn't bother me.
No, when I worked for the company that worked with UPS, you're always supposed to round up to the next inch, round up to the next pound. That's just what it's always been with UPS, USPS, all of the other shipping services too, I suppose.
Let me go ahead. I had one Etsy sale to share with you, and then I had 4 sales in the clothing store that we've opened. And y'all, with the new changes on Poshmark, I'm actually cross-listing to Poshmark again. If you weren't aware, Poshmark stopped doing priority shipping as of Friday the 12th, and now it's going to be all Ground Advantage. So I know there's been lots of people hustling to get non-priority mail packaging, but they do have a link and an email, a phone number and an email that you can send to Poshmark or to the USPS to order Poshmark Ground Advantage supplies. So I have ordered it. I'll have Robert look it up and put it down in the links. But if you have a Poshmark store, you can try to order some. I've heard it's taking about 10 days. I did the email, and they don't respond or anything. So hopefully it went through. My friend Beth did the toll-free number to USPS, and they did confirm that you have a Poshmark store before they went ahead and accepted your order. And there's like 5 different sizes of packaging that you can order. It's free of charge, so I'll let you guys know when I get mine, and I'll show it in a video probably next weekend. It should be here this week, I think. So, all right, let me go ahead and show you what's sold. This was a Play School Teletubbies La La plush, 1998. Sold for $17.95. And then on eBay, this was, y'all, I've talked about, I had a bunch of Monster High stuff in my profit piles that I just kept putting off and putting off. So I decided I'm going to do some of it. I still ain't finished all of it. There's so many smalls that I stopped and worked on some other stuff. I listed these Monster High doll stands. I had lots of the stands, but I didn't have a whole lot of the things that go on it to hold the dolls. But it sold, I think, yeah, same day I listed it for $79.95. So if you see these like at the bins or at yard sales, definitely pick them up because I guess they're highly sought after, especially the colorful ones. And then finally, I did have quite a few of my older stuff selling. This was an alpaca llama from MTY International, larger plush, sold finally for $20. Susan Graver women's top sold for $22.21. This had some definite wear and marks, but it was a Briar dapple gray horse figure, 6 inches tall, sold for $12.71. That Dooney and Burke, several of you told me that it was definitely legit. So I went ahead and listed it, and it sold in about 2 weeks. The little cosmetic bag, $16.15. That was a bins pickup. So maybe 50 cents for it. Levi's 512 women's jeans sold for $15.33. Animal Alley little brown dog plush sold for a best offer of $35. Iwaya roly-poly cow plush. I showed this in a recent haul video. It's usually I find like the pigs. So when you find something that's not the pigs, you usually can, it's better. I did have a video showing that it worked, and it sold in about 6 days for $22.45. Y'all, it sold. It sold. At first, in my video, I thought this was Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Nope, it is Adventure Time. His name was Hambo, Cartoon Network, and it sold for my full price of $124.95. Disney, The Incredibles, Jack Jack, the baby plush sold for $10. House of Lloyd, which is Christmas Around the World. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas little decoration. Again, video showing that it works, $26.95. Heritage Collection, which is Gons, saggy sock kitten sold for $13.45. King Kintheon checkers set. It did not have the wooden board that was supposed to be with it, so it was basically just the checker pieces, and it sold for $30. The Farmhouse White Bunny Rabbit plush from 2023 sold for $17.95. Again, almost all of this stuff is bins pickups, so on average we pay about $2 a pound. Dakin White Rabbit plush from 1984 sold for $35. Trying to see if the manufacturer is there. Nope, the tag was faded. Just a yellow lab plush with a teal bow sold for $13. Manhattan Toys. I love that brand, but for the most part, they don't sell for a whole lot. This rabbit sold for $13. Chico's women's blazer sold for $22. I'm glad seeing a lot of the clothes are moving, so I won't have to take them and get them transferred over to the other store. I'm doing it slowly but surely.
Maybe eBay realizes you're taking them off and they better sell them fast or they're going to miss out on the sales.
Possibly. American Greetings, Halloween party, little vintage decorations. I think I had bought like a box lot of Halloween stuff, and it took 2 years to sell, but they did sell on an offer for $31. Y'all, this has been a tough week. You know, I'm not going to go into politics or anything, but I've been rocked, and it's affecting me, and just probably made me think in the long hours that I've not slept at night. You know, just thought about, life and family and kids and work and just all of that. And I think I've decided I'm going to cut back on some of my videos, specifically the hauls for right now. I just feel like, I need to focus on getting all of this stuff listed. And, we've got projects we're trying to do around the house, and I've just been feeling stretched. And then this just past week has really just made me rethink, I guess, priorities. And, I've continued to say all this year that, I wanted to work less, play more. But even with playing, I've let things go in the house. I'd like to just get my house fixed back up, get eBay out of my house, finish moving stuff around. And then I have a son who I think is very ill. We're still waiting on test results. So it's just really been a rough week. So I think starting immediately. I'm only going to probably put out for the next at least few weeks my what sold videos, because in the grand scheme of things, I can show you 100 things that I pick up, but what's selling, right? So at least for a bit, I may go ahead and throw in a brand video, something like that. I keep saying we're going to get a video out showing you how to download the report so you can check and see if you've got duplicate listings on eBay, since the duplicate listing scanner no longer works. So it's just some projects ongoing. But definitely keep my son in your prayers so that till we figure out what's wrong.
You are going to be doing some haul type stuff. Talk about, like some of your favorite things we've picked up or you've been processing on the live channel during our live stream on Mondays. This is the November 14th. Happy birthday, Cedric, my nephew. And happy birthday, Brody, and RJ's brother Noah tomorrow. Mm-hmm. No, RJ's brother Noah tomorrow and Brody the day after. And my niece Chloe tomorrow too.
Yep, lots of birthdays.
Lots of birthdays right here. But on our live channel, Rebel's going to go through a few of the things that she's been processing and really likes, so that we've picked up that week, and that'll be a good place to stop in and see them. Yeah. And that's going to be the 15th at 10 a.m., right? Is that what
10 a.m. Pacific.
Eastern.
Oh, Eastern. Pacific. No, not Pacific. Eastern. So just lots going on. Bachmann train model HO scale transformer. I'm not sure if this... No, it wouldn't have been the church that we just bought some from. So this was probably a box lot of stuff that we bought at an estate sale a couple of years ago. This one sold for $10.76. Paddington Bear. He just does not sell well, and he does not sell quickly, but I still pick them up at the bins a lot of times. This one was Sears, and it sold for $8. Beavis and Butthead graduation doll sold for $22.45. Aurora Scruff the dog puppet plush sold for $10.09. Levi's 560 men's jeans sold for $17. Chico's women's top sold for $20. We find a lot of Chico's around here. I'm not saying we pick up a lot of them, but sometimes I do. If the price is right and they have something unique about them. Walmart, little vintage yellow bear. I think I had yellow and I've had blue ones, maybe even a pink one. All of them same shape with the little plaid accents on their paws and ears. This one sold on an offer for $10. Try Russ, Target brand, puppy dog plush, sold for $20. I've started making these lots. This was Pokemon, I guess Piplup, Vaporeon. These were both by Game Freak, and they sold for $17.95. Fisher Price Loving Family, just miscellaneous accessory lot, sold on an offer for $15. Wild Republic, picked up a lot of that recently at the bins. This was a little lemur and it sold for $10. And last but not least on eBay, my eBay store, is this Summit Collection, small little black rabbit. Again, listed for like 2 years, sold for bread and butter, $8. Then I had 4 things in the other store that weekend. The first one were these Judy Blue women's jeans. Robert ended up taking a best offer of $18 for them. Polo Ralph Lauren striped polo shirt sold for $15.01. Arizona jeans advanced flex jeans sold for best offer of $13. And this hot cotton Mark Wear top, I picked up like 4 or 5 of these at a church sale for, I want to say $2 each, And this one sold for $19.99. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys are, hopefully this next week, our sales are going to start trickling back up again.
Again.
And, we'll start, moving into fourth quarter again. If you've not used your coupon for eBay, which we haven't on the new store, get them spent because October 1st starts the next quarter, fourth quarter, and, you'll have another set of coupons. All right, y'all, it's time to get to work. Bye.